A whole host of new information has just been released regarding F1 2019, and I'm going to be taking a look at it, including the various additions, brand new features, and early access. Should be a fun one. Let's get started. What's going on, guys? My name is Martinio, and in today's brand new video I'm going to be taking a look at the massive amounts of new information we've just been given regarding the upcoming release of Formula 1 2019. So it's been a few weeks. It's been 3 or 4 weeks since we got that little teaser trailer, and while we couldn't take a whole host of information, there were hints in there regarding things like Formula 2 and you know what, that was the big one at the end of it. But now we've got a host of brand new information regarding not only the release of the game, but also what we're going to be getting within that game and the various additions that come with it. So we'll kick things off by taking a look at what they're calling the Legends Edition. So the actual game art for this heavily features Senna and Prost. So it's basically a Senna and Prost version of the game. And with this edition of the game, not only will you get the cars that Senna and Prost competed in the 1990 season, you will also have the opportunity via a special game mode to compete as either Senna or Prost, because they both have their likenesses in the game now. You can compete as either of them over 8 races. What those races are, I'm not sure, and I don't know whether that goes some way to confirming maybe 1 or 2 classic circuits, but I would imagine that considering there's just 8 races, it will more than likely be the circuits that we had that were on the calendar in 1990 and that are still on the calendar now. So places like Spa or Suzuka, Silverstone, and so on and so forth. So that's pretty cool. I'm obviously a huge fan of Ayrton Senna. He's one of my idols, greatest racing driver of all time, in my personal opinion. We can get into a debate about that in the comments if you want to, but yeah, so you can compete as either Senna or Prost, and with the Legends edition of the game, you will get early access. Now, there's no word yet on pricing. There is in the Codemasters blog, for which there is a link in the description. There is a whole host of retailers for various countries and regions, and all of the ones that I've clicked on have taken you to the anniversary edition of the game, which does have a few little bits and bobs extra. But if you want the Senna versus Prost DLC, I suppose you could say, you will have to get the Legend edition. Now, the anniversary edition goes for around £55, but I imagine the Legend Edition will go for a little bit more, maybe 65. If it's any more than that, I'm going to be really annoyed, because it's just those couple of bits extra from what we understand at the moment. But yeah, the early access that you would get with this game, the Standard Edition, you'll be able to get it and play it on the 29th of June, but with this, you will be able to get the game and play it on the 25th of June. So if you want early access and you want this awesome Senna vs Prost DLC, I suppose you can call it, then this may be the copy for you. I would keep an eye out on the Codemasters blog and the various retailers, you know, like Amazon and Game. Sadly, it looks like it's going to be exclusive to them. I normally order my games from Shop2, as you get them a little bit early, but I'd keep an eye out for it. With regards to pricing, like I said, I think if the anniversary edition is going for £55, I reckon £65 will probably be what you're looking for the Legends edition. Now, in addition to that, with the Legends edition and the anniversary edition, some of the classic cars that have been confirmed within the game are the 2010 Ferrari and the 2010 McLaren. So this game marks the anniversary, I think the 10th anniversary of Formula 1 games with Codemasters on console. I think there was one a little bit earlier on the PSP, because I do vaguely remember playing it on a trip down to London, and that was pretty much the same day that the PlayStation 3 was released, if I remember rightly. I could be wrong on that front, of course. So yeah, so you'll be able to get those, and they will go along with the 2010 Red Bull. So that could make for some fun online races if you want to go classic and go back to the 2010 season, which was a very, very good and interesting season. But obviously, it kicked off the dominance of Red Bull and Sebastian Vettel through that. But there are those 2010 cars. They have said in the blog post that there will be other classic cars from F1 2019 coming, but they haven't confirmed which ones of those are coming. Whether it's all of them or just some of them, we're not sure. Maybe there were certain ones that didn't really, that weren't really used or utilised by the community, and they're going to just get rid of them, or whether we will get all of them and maybe a few other additions as well. They haven't confirmed that, but there will be more information coming in the next few weeks, I imagine, because the release of the game isn't that far away now, and it's got even closer with regards to early access as well. The other things that they sort of released and confirmed were the cover arts, not only for the various games and the regions that those games will be released in, but also the Steelbook as well. So the majority of them feature Lewis Hamilton. The UK edition has got Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel. Obviously, they're going head-to-head for a third season for the Formula 1 World Championship, or you would believe they will be if Sebastian Vettel can get his act together, so to speak. Sorry, I had to stifle a laugh there. I'm not a Vettel fan. But yeah, so there's lots of different versions. Like I said, the majority of them feature Lewis Hamilton on the cover, but some of them, like the French version, has Charles Leclerc and Pierre Gasly on the cover. But the majority of them will have Lewis Hamilton on there. So I mean, I've popped images up on the video as well, so you can look at them. But like I said, the majority of them do feature Lewis Hamilton there. What they also showed off is the actual Steelbook. So one of the great things about the Codemasters games is the fact that a lot of games, when they release a Steelbook, you just get the Steelbook as the case, and a lot of people want to display them or put them somewhere safe. I've got a box with loads of Steelbooks, but Codemasters give you the actual regular plastic case, which you can throw around and crack and break and whatever, and then they will give you a Steelbook as well. So here's the image on the screen now. So very much sits in the sort of theme that the teaser trailer sat with as well. The black and the very day glow colours as well, with the day glow red and the black. So that looks pretty cool, and one of the better looking Steelbooks I've seen. Much better than the last edition. And the last edition, the last edition Steelbook was pretty good, but this one, it really does look good in my opinion. So if you're into your Steelbooks like I am, and you're a collector of Steelbooks, then this could be for you. And I imagine this would come with both the Anniversary and the Legends edition, but I haven't read anything that 100% confirms that. I imagine more confirmation, and when we get all of the editions on retailer pages, you'll be able to confirm what editions come with the Steelbook. But I imagine the Anniversary and the actual the Legends edition will come with this Steelbook case. So yeah, and the other thing they confirmed is something we've sort of the worst kept secret with regards to this game, and that is Formula 2. They have confirmed that Formula 2 is coming to F1 2019, but it's not Formula 2 as we would know it right now. It's not Formula 2 2019. It's going to be the Formula 2, the 2018 Formula 2 season. So that's pretty cool that you get to compete against the likes of Norris, Russell and Albon. They were the top three drivers, and they were the ones who came over, along with Antonio Giovinazzi as well, who went to Sauber, who came over from Formula 2 to Formula 1. And with the exception of Russell, who's been basically just driving a donkey and and getting absolutely walloped by loose manhole covers, and then by some moron driving a recovery truck under a low bridge. Yeah, he's had a bit of a rough season, but Norris has done well, Albon has done well, and maybe a few whispers here and there that Albon could potentially replace Pierre Gasly at some point during the season. But yeah, so you're going to get to compete with all of those in the F1 2019 game. The F1, the F2 2018 season, the entirety of it, and that will feed into career mode. How it feeds into it, they're going to be confirming a little bit further down the line, but hopefully it means that we are going to see driver transfers between teams, and a driver market. We've been begging and asking for it for so long. Hopefully they've listened. Hopefully the guys who give the license, the FIA, or more to do with the rights holders, which Chase Carey and all them lot. I can't remember what their bloody name is, but hopefully that means we're going to get an active driver market in the game. Now, there will be the 2019 season for Formula 2 coming to the game via digital download a little bit further down the line. If I had to guess, I'd probably say it maybe around sort of what we've come to think is the regular release date for Formula 1, the Formula 1 games, which could be September. It might be a little bit sooner, but who knows. And again, I would assume that if you chose to, you could do the Formula 2 2018 season and the 2019 season, and then move into what would be the full-blown Formula 1 career, and they would all seamlessly interact and integrate with each other. Again, more details are to follow on that front, but that is the hope and that is the dream. But yeah, that is basically all the information we've got. We got a whole host of new screenshots as well. You know, we got some with the Mercedes at what I think is Abu Dhabi. We've got some at Bahrain, and I've got the images on screen, and you're probably looking through them now. You can go and find them as well on the Codemasters blog entry, link in the description, and you can read through all this information a little bit more in depth as well. Oh, the one other thing with regards to the Legends Edition, if you do get that, because they've confirmed that we are getting custom liveries for online, you will be able to race in a Senna or a Prost-esque livery in the generic Formula 1 2019 car that's going to be coming to the game as well. So if you want those liveries to go online and show off, great. But if you don't, then there's other additions for you. But yeah, like I said, guys, that's pretty much all the new information we have. But I'm always keen to hear your thoughts, guys. So let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts on this new information? Are you leaning more towards the Legends edition of the game to get that early access? Have you already pre-ordered? And if so, which edition of the game have you pre-ordered? And what is it you're most looking forward to from F1 2019? I imagine most of you are going to say Formula 2. But if it's something else, then feel free to let me know in the comments, guys. But yeah, like I said, that's the end of today's video. So thank you everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you would like to see more Formula 1 2019 news and content when the game becomes available, then make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Also, make sure you check me out on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook especially, because I do tend to put random gaming clips. It could be hot laps from Formula 1 2018, full-blown rally stages, or just funny clips of various accidents I've had in various games. So if you're into all that stuff, then make sure you go and hit me up on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram as well. But yeah, like I said, guys, thank you everybody so much for watching. Stay cool, and as always, I will catch you in the next video. Peace!